Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It is Pierre, Simple Home Brew. I'm doing a fridge update today for my shed. My fermentation fridge is only used for fermenting, and a lot of times just sitting around doing nothing. At the moment, I have 2 kegs sitting in it, keep them cold, and I really would like to dispense them. My kegerator is full, and I need to get some fridge taps. So what I did is I purchased a 100ml line connector, or pass-through connector, for my beer out line from the kegs, with a couple of connectors or quick connects on the back. Crimped them on using the beer line I already had in stock. I already had this as well at home in my cabinet, just as spares, just in case I needed them, and I did. I'm using them now. I've crimped them on using a proper crimping tool, and the UltraTap I had for a long time, I got from Keg King quite some time ago. I purchased this one. They did give me one, or they gave me this one. I'm pretty sure actually they gave me this one, which is great of them. If you're interested, stick around. So what I'm doing is I'm going to drill holes in the door of my fridge, connect the lines through. It's going to be very quick and easy, really. I assembled these already. They come apart, so I've already put the ends on both ends here. These come apart, so this end will come off, just like that. And it has a little rubber seal in it, ready to go, so I can actually connect that through. This will be on the inside where the fridge is, and these will be passed through the fridge wall, actually door. So what I've got is that setup. That'll stick out of the fridge just like that, and the rest of it will go inside the fridge itself. I'm going to start drilling. I need a hole saw, which is this guy. It's a 1 1/8 bit, 29mm. The actual shaft is smaller than that. It's the right size for what I want to do. It's probably a little bit large, but that doesn't matter. That gives me a bit of wiggle room anyway. Now I'm going to have to mark up my fridge to find out where I want the taps placed. Okay, let's do it. So we've got our fridge. Do I put the taps here or lower? I guess that would be the question. Would I do it lower in, or I reckon I'll do it higher. It would depend on what's behind this door. So I will open the door. We've got that much room. We've got that much room, so I can get away with putting it here. I'll put one there, I reckon. And maybe one on this side. So you got the Sterling emblem, and I'll just do it a bit lower than the Sterling emblem. That should work. All right, I'm going to measure it up. I'm going to put some masking tape on and just set it up so I can actually do this. Actually, I might work out if I cover that scratch up there, that'd be spot on. I think that'd work perfectly. Right, that's what I'll do. All right, I'm going to grab some masking tape. I'll mask that up and get it ready for drilling. So if you can see that, I've eyeballed it. Basically, it's 110mm to this line here, and on the other side is the same. Over here is the same. That's okay. I want it that way anyway. So all I need to do now is drill it, and I'll just drill it roughly. It's not a big deal. This door doesn't have anything in it. It has a bit of foam insulation, and on the other side is a plastic panel, and the front bit here is just made of steel. So I can slowly drill. I could center pop it, but it shouldn't drift. Just like that. Nearly through the metal. Now I don't recommend doing this, guys, if you have a warranty on your fridge. I don't. The fridge is out of warranty. And I'm just doing this because I want to make my life easier. Right, and right through the foam now and into the plastic. Made it through. That's the first one. I'm going to do the second one now. This is here. That wandered. Might just need to clean this little bloat beauty out, I think. Right, got it all cleaned out. We'll get through the last bit. It's just plastic, so it's very easy to drill plastic out. Done. That's it. That is my hole drilled right through my fridge. Do you want to see? Open the door so the light comes on. There you go, one hole. And the other hole, I'll just give it a blowout with a bit of air from my mouth. And it comes through to the other side. The reason why I've spaced them such as this is to be able to put one here one day, because I want to put 3 in. We can hold 3 kegs in this fridge, so it's really good to do. All right, sorry about the lighting, but I'll peel this off here, clean that up. I also measured about 100 mil from the edge of the Sterling badge to the middle of the hole. That way it gives me continuity in my fitting. So now the only part to do now is to install my taps. So the first tap is this guy. Now this is a plastic sleeve just to dress it all up, make it look nice and neat. That'll sit around there. Slide that on. My tap is already locked in. I can actually tighten this. I have a tool for that. Throw that through there, and now it's a tap. But I do need to touch it on this end. Big blowy in here. Get out of here, dirty rat. Turn the lights off. Get out. Right. Alright, oh, he's back in straight away as soon as I turn the light on. He's back straight back in. Yeah. I'm probably going to have to shut that window. Anyway, little sleeve on here. Can you see? Yep. And my nut. Here's how easy it is to install this sort of thing. And almost certainly it's going to be pretty solid anyway. That's my tap. Just like that. Just like that. It's a working tap. I will tighten it or nip that up a little bit with a spanner and hopefully get that a little bit more solid. But it is a plastic panel, so I don't want to put too much pressure on it. One tap. I'll put the other one on. Alright, I just had to turn the lights off because blowflies decided they wanted to come in and annoy me. Take the nut off the next one. Take the inner sleeve off. Inner spacer. And guess what? I didn't think about that. I forgot all about that. Now this one is the UltraTap I just bought. It's a black one, black version of the silver one I've just got from these guys. Nice little tap. Looks pretty cool. These don't have a return spring in them, so I do have to remember to turn the tap off when I walk in and out and do serve myself some servings. Should debird that, shouldn't I? That's pretty good. Okay, what I might do later is actually put a sleeve in there to tighten that up in there as well, but that won't happen today. Can you see what I'm doing there? Yep. Throw that one on with the nut. That's tight, both solid. Let's, as you can probably see, yep, looking good. Line that up. I do need to nip these up, and I have a tool for that. I'll go and grab it. Here it is here. It's a little fidget gadget tool for all this kind of thing, for brewers to put their products together. It has a size 10 spanner on it. It has a lever to undo things. What I'm going to use today is this little notch here, and that is going to go into here and do these up nice and tight so they don't move when I'm actually wanting to pour a beer. And also seals the seal that's in there. That's tight. We'll do this one as well. Like I said, I'm going to have to tighten these up. There is a spanner on the end of this, I'm hoping. Oh yes, it does fit. So I'll get this and nip them up to the right size. You can't see what I'm doing probably. Just quickly nip these up. It is plastic, but it seems to be holding up. I probably should put a little metal sleeve inside just to stop it from crushing the plastic and the insulation, which is what I might do. So done, they are solid. Next thing to do is make sure my sign is set back up there, just like that. Just bend that so it sits there nicely. Maybe straighten her up. So the other part we need to do is connect our ends up. This has a little rubber washer in there, it's nice and soft. We need to just connect that to any of these two, so I'll just start with this one. Now I don't know if it'll face it like that, which I think I'll do. It'll help push them around, which I think I'll do. Yeah, that'll work perfectly. So I'll face them in an angle like that, and just quickly nip that up. Oh, it's not the right size. Oh, that sounds good. I do need to get a spanner for that one, which I'll do. That one, and I'll put the other one on. Just like this. I'll do the same thing. I'll tilt it that way. I'll tie them together, and that way I have continuity in the cables and the entirety of cables. They're 1.4 meters long each. All I need now is to grab a spanner, nip them up, connect them to my kegs, and see what they go like. Look, it's not advisable to use a shifter, but that's all I've got at the moment. It's in hand. I'm not tightening up a precision type system. I'm only tightening up my beer lines. So I'm just going to nip them up. Holding on to this so it doesn't twist into the wrong place. That's tight. This one's going to tighten up as well. That's it. Done. So I will cable tie together, and they'll open and close with the door, nice and neat. Now, there's only one more thing for me to do, is to sanitize it through the lines before I serve up the beer with it. So I need to hook up something with sanitizer in it. I've got a 10-litre keg here, which has sanitizer in it, but it's old sanitizer, so I'm going to put some new stuff in. It smells alright. And I'm going to use that to pressure and push sanitizer through the lines to make sure they're all nice and sanitized and cleaned using this. Now I'm not going to need a lot, just need a little bit in the bottom. I just need a lid, a twisty top. So just grab the lid, I'll grab my sanitizer top. Lid is twisted on, that's the setup. So basically I've got an input and output, but I'm just going to use the output. I'm going to pressurize this. I've thrown 15 psi in it. Now I'm going to just hook it up to the lines, make sure it can flow, and go from there. Alright. I'll grab one of the ends, throw it on the gas, throw it on the actual output line. Okay, so the first one I've got is the UltraTap. We've got pressure in there. Got sanitizer running through it. Little bits and pieces in there, some floaties, not too bad though. It's got sanitizer in the line, so now all I have to do is disconnect from this one like this, and that would keep it under pressure. Now I just realised I've got to push down on the actual disconnect and then pull the ring up to disconnect it. It's quite firm. So pull up on the ring and push down on the gas, just like that. And again, I'll run stuff through here. There's no leaks. Just running sanitizer through it. All done. There's no floaties in that one. That was pretty clean. So now they're sanitized. They're going to sit there for a few seconds just for the line to actually fully sanitize. I just noticed too that I really have to push back on that to stop them from leaking. It's quite interesting. Oh, look. There's a problem. How does this all work? Tight. Very, very touchy. Interesting. That one's tight. That could be an issue in the future. If I don't push that back far enough, it's going to leak. But we're going to check for leaks now. In here, doesn't look like I have any fluid leaks at all coming out of either one of these. I'll just zoom in on that. Nothing is coming out of that one. Looks pretty clean. Nothing wet. Not bad. What about the other one? Zoom in that. That one's looking pretty good too. No fluid. Nice. No leaks. That's what we want. Okay. I'm going to now connect these to my kegs, which are these blokes. There's 2 kegs in there. One is an IPA. It's an American IPA. The other one I can't remember, but oh yes I can. It's a... What is that one? I don't remember that one. Alright, I'm going to connect these up to the kegs. The kegs need to have a little bit more pressure than what I've got in the lines at the moment, so I don't get a feedback. What I should do is probably open the... No. I'll pressurize the kegs to make sure they are higher. So I put 15 psi in the line. I'll put 20 psi. I will put 20 psi in the kegs, and then take the pressure off straight. No, I won't do that because that's going to take it too high. I'm going to... Right, so the kegs are under pressure. So what I'll do is I'll open the taps, both of them, and connect them up to the kegs and have them pour into a container just to empty the sanitizer out and close the taps as soon as I see beer coming through. So I'll show you on the first one, this one here. I'll give it a bit of a spray with sanitizer, just so there's no bacteria that's sitting around lurking. This one is the American APA, or the APA. And I'll put that one, because it's on the left side, I'll put that one to the UltraTap Silver. And as I do it, I just put sanitizer in this as well. I won't push it down yet, I'll just put it in place. I'm just going to put a container under it to allow something to catch it. I'll show you in a sec what I do. And I'll open the valve to the UltraTap when I push this down. Okay, we have one line attached. And that's the beer that came out of it. It's under a bit of carbonation. It's smelling still a bit funky. Hopefully it comes good after I do a bit of this. So we just need to do the next one. Now you saw me attach it to here. This time we're going to see how I catch it when I'm attaching it. Same procedure as before. I will put the output on, grab that glass, throw it under my UltraTap, open it. Something's happening, it's getting there, and I'll let pressure go in. And there it goes. Oh, that's moving a lot smoother. Look at that. And that has now got beer going through it, and it's all sanitized. So what I'm now needing to do is just tidy these up a little. Hopefully these will survive for a long time. I do have some cable ties, which I'll use. Okay, so I put 3 lots of cable ties in just to keep it tidy. These will be here permanently. Even if I use it as a fermentation fridge, I'll just keep them aside. At the moment, I am using it as a dispensing fridge. And like I said, I can fit 3 steel kegs in here, no problem at all. These ones are 20-litre kegs, so, you know, I'll fit them in. They're fine. I've got to remember what this keg is. I know this one's an APA. I will try a beer now and enjoy my dispensation. Dispensation. In the future, I will put a tray here, probably around about that height, just to catch the fluids because it is quite messy, and that's something that will happen very soon. I'll just screw it straight to the fridge door, and hey presto, we will be happy. Why is that? Put my granny dad one there. That's my grandson gave that to me. Yeah, so I am going to grab myself a beer and we'll enjoy it. Now this APA, you recording? Yes, this APA is still under a fair bit of pressure. So I think I might just take a bit out of that. See what I mean? It's very foamy, so I'm going to take a bit out. Take the gas out, I mean. Oh, okay. Maybe not. They're pretty much empty. Just took the gas completely out. It was. Hey, calm your farm. I really just need to put about 10 psi in that. Is that going to do anything now? Because, oh, there you go. Okay, I'm not going to need a lot of. It's got its own pressure, so what's happening here is I completely empty the pressure out, but the gases that are still in there are bubbling up out of the beer and actually repressurizing the cylinder to the right pressure. So if you have a foamy beer and it's going crazy, the best thing is just to empty a bit out, let it repressurize on its own, and then it'll start pouring again. I'm going to let that pour, and I'll do a taste testing. Okay, so this is the American APA I did. It was the last beer I did, and I'm not overly pleased with it. It does have a sulphury smell to it, or taste to it. It's very homebrew stenchy. That's the thing. It's very homebrew smelling. This is it. It's very cloudy, but this is the first pour from the keg. Yeah, it's definitely got that homebrew smell. I haven't had a smell like this for, I reckon, a year, at least a year, so it's not the best. I don't know why it happened. I used all the right things. I used a Camden tablet to get rid of the chlorine in the thing. I did everything I could to actually make it work, and unfortunately, it looks pretty good. Nice little cloudy look to it, but that's probably the sediment that's left on the bottom of the keg. Look, it's smelling okay. It's smelling better every time I smell it. I shall try it, shall I? Well, it tastes a lot better than it smells, I can tell you. It's actually good. I do have that sulphury taste on the tongue too, and I thought that would be gone by now. I don't know where it's come from. I think it's because it hasn't had that proper diacetyl rest. I think that's how you say it. Where the yeast cleans up after itself when you bring the temperature up a couple of degrees when it's finished fermenting, once you cold crash it. I think that's what the problem is, but it's drinkable. It's palatable. It's not good drinking beer when you're thirsty. It actually has a really good flavour to it. I might pour myself a couple more and try it out, and then I'll do a proper taste testing in the next video. Alright guys, I hope you liked the shed upgrade. It was a necessity to get a tap in here. I've got a kegerator in the house, and it's got 3 taps. This one has 2. It's going to have 3. I'll have another room for another 1. I could actually have 4 in it, because I know that 4 kegs fit in that fridge, which is great. But I'm not going to do that. It's too much work. 3 is enough. Make 6 kegs that I can dispense at any time. I'm going to move a keg out of my fridge. It's been in there for 8 months now. It's had its time. That's going to get tipped out, and I'm going to pop in a stout that I've had sitting in room temperature for about 6 months, and it should be ready to drink, and I'll do a taste testing on that one too. It is a Black Rock stout that I did with a bit of vanilla in it, so I'm going to give a taste test on that. That'll happen in the next video as well, or one video coming up. And my out and about videos are going to start again soon. Hopefully you like what you see here. Thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you very much for being part of this channel. I thank very much my Patreon members who support this channel and help me buy products like this. One of them was given to me, the other one I purchased. And I'm able to upgrade my shed and show you how it's done. Hopefully you got something out of it. If you did, give me a thumbs up and see if you can subscribe. Thanks guys. We'll see you in the next brew. Cheers. Just topped it up. It's tasting good. Nice.